Okay, let's talk about something that's absolutely critical if you're building or deploying AI systems. There's a decision you have to make that can either protect your company or, honestly, expose it to massive risk. And that is, how do you decide what good enough actually looks like? Today, we're going to unpack a proven playbook to make sure that decision is built on a rock-solid, defensible foundation. So get this, recent research shows that a staggering 42% of teams evaluating AI have no formal documented method for setting their pass-fail line. Just let that sink in for a second. Nearly half are basically winging it. So you have to ask yourself, is your team in that group? If that 42% number felt a little too close to home, then I bet this quote does too. The problem is, when a regulator, a customer, or even a lawyer comes knocking, it seemed about right is not just a weak answer, it's a massive liability. That's just not gonna fly. And that really gets us to the heart of the matter. You see, every single AI system has a pass-fail line. It either meets the standard or it doesn't. The real risk isn't whether you have a line, it's how you drew that line. Was it based on actual science, or was it just based on convenience?
Now, there's a technical term for this line. It's called a cut score. It's the exact threshold that separates an acceptable AI system from an unacceptable one. If the performance is below this score, the system fails. If it's above, it passes. Simple as that.
So this brings us to the real challenge, right? How do we get out of this world of guesswork and gut feelings and into a world of actual evidence? How do you set a standard that you can not only work with, but that you can stand behind and defend when you're under pressure? Well, thankfully, there's an answer. It's a professional, scientific methodology called the borderline group method. Think of it as the playbook we're going to walk through, a structured, repeatable process that produces cut scores you can actually stand behind with confidence. Now, there are a few scientific methods out there for setting standards, but the borderline group method is, frankly, perfect for AI. Why? Because instead of focusing on some abstract idea of item difficulty, it forces your experts to judge real, holistic outputs from the system. It asks a really simple but powerful question. Is this specific output from the AI acceptable in the real world? And that's what gives it excellent defensibility, especially for complex systems. The whole process is broken down into 7 very clear phases. Let's look at the first 4. It all kicks off with really solid planning and training. Then, you get to the crucial first round of scoring. This is where your expert panelists review dozens of system outputs completely on their own, with no discussion. The goal here is to capture each expert's pure, uninfluenced initial judgment. Okay, now these next phases are where the magic really happens. A skilled facilitator guides a discussion, but here's the key. They only talk about the outputs where the experts disagree the most. This is amazing for surfacing hidden assumptions. After that discussion, everyone goes back and re-rates the items, again, privately. And this structured process builds a much more refined, shared understanding. And the final step? You could argue it's the most important. You document everything. That documentation becomes your unbreakable evidence trail. So that's the theory. But let's see how this playbook actually performs when the stakes are incredibly high. We're going to look at a case study from healthcare where, getting this right can literally be a matter of life and death. So a company was developing a clinical triage AI, and they needed to prove it was safe and accurate. They put together a really diverse panel of physicians and nurse specialists, gave them 100 real-world case examples, and simply asked them to rate the AI's performance on each one. After that first private scoring round, the team calculated what's called the interclass correlation, or ICC. It's basically a statistical measure of how much your experts agree with each other. The score came back at 0.62. Now, statistically, that's considered moderate, but for this project, it was a huge red flag. It proved that the experts were not on the same page about what acceptable performance actually meant. And this is where the process really shines. The discussion phase uncovered something fascinating. It turned out the physicians were prioritizing accuracy on really rare but severe cases, while the nurses were more focused on how resources were used in the more common cases. Once they made this explicit, the whole panel was able to agree on a single, unified standard. So what happened after that discussion and the second private rating? Well, the ICC score jumped all the way up to 0.79. A score above 0.75 is considered excellent agreement. This just brilliantly shows how the process doesn't force consensus, but it builds a shared, clarified standard among all the experts. It gets everyone speaking the same language. And the result of all this hard work? Because the entire process was so rigorously documented, the panel's credentials, the materials, the 2 rounds of scoring, the discussion notes, it was accepted by regulators.
The AI was approved for its pilot use, with a cut score they established becoming its official performance threshold. A huge win.
That case study is pretty powerful, right? It proves this process flat out works. So let's distill all of this into a simple checklist you can take back to your own team to make sure your AI evaluation process is just as robust. Okay, here are the absolute non-negotiables. First, explicitly define what borderline performance means for your project. Assemble a truly diverse panel of experts. Follow the full 7-phase process. Don't take shortcuts. You have to measure your panel's reliability with that ICC score and aim for over 0.75. And finally, I can't say it enough, document everything. Following this checklist is what separates a defensible, professional program from an amateur one. It gives you a massive competitive and regulatory advantage. So I'll leave you with this one question to take back to your teams. When it comes to your AI's performance standard, is that line you've drawn in shifting sand ready to wash away under pressure? Or is it set in stone, built on a defensible, scientific foundation?